humans are just greedy. We want too much. The reason those tribal primitive existences don't really exist on the large scale anymore, besides a few little enclaves in the Amazon or Papua New Guinea, is because people wanted more. People weren't happy. Humans aren't happy, it doesn't seem, with the status quo. They're never happy just to have what they currently have. They always want more. More and more and more. And I think that's what causes, that's at the root of all of our problems, is greed and not being happy with what we have and what we currently have. And willing to, on a large scale, sacrifice everything in order to constantly get more. Like, if you look at human society, humans, on the large scale for all of our history, going back thousands of years, and just view us as one big picture thing, all we've done is grow and grow and grow and expand and increase our population and really decimate the natural world around us. We use up the entire world around us with mostly no regard for its well-being, or whatever you want to call it, just to further ourselves, just to give us more and more technology to keep advancing. I mean, the counter arguments to this are like, oh, well, we do good things, and not everyone is personally saying, hey, cut down that field of trees so we can make a mine there, so we can mine nickel and put it in computer chips and whatever the hell. Like, not everyone is saying that, but you have to look at people as a whole. Almost view all of humanity as a single organism, and look at what it has done throughout history. It's just grown and grown and grown and swallowed up everything around it, using up everything around it, hurting everything around it for its own good, for its own benefit, so it can keep expanding and growing and furthering itself to make itself happy. Well, it wants to go to Mars. It wants to go explore space. It wants to see what's out there. And to do that, we have to use up all of our natural resources around us to a ridiculous extent to destroy the planet that gives us life in order to do these things, really just to make ourselves personally happy, to give us some sense of achievement or accomplishment, when it's really just not being happy with what we currently have. It's really just greed, just wanting more and just incessant need for that. And we're like, seem to be the only species that is just so innately unhappy with the status quo. Every other animal on Earth seems to just, to some extent, be content with their lifestyle, to be content with the way things are. I mean, what they're trying to, what other animals seem to do to satisfy their need to want more, or to satisfy their desires, is to just establish dominance, raise themselves up through their natural hierarchies, and reproduce, be successful in that, raise their children. Like, that seems to be what makes them happy, and they have a lot of free time to lay around and play, look at otters, look at sea lions, for instance. Even squirrels chasing each other around, having a good time. Like, I don't know. Animals just seem to have less of a desire to have more than what they currently have. I think that's a characteristic human trait, is to just want more. Selfishness, greed. We just are obsessed with having the next thing, with accomplishing something better, something greater, getting more. People are just not happy to just currently have what they have. They want more money. They want a bigger house. They want a bigger TV, a nicer TV, nicer this, better that. Just incessantly. It just goes on forever. It never stops. And the cost of that is our planet, the Earth, everything, every other species. We are decimating, eradicating, removing their habitat. And humans, on the whole, from a big picture perspective, really don't give a fuck. Some people do, but it's a very small percentage of the overall population. We're just this giant amoeba plague virus of a species, which just keeps consuming everything around it for our own. It's not even benefit. We're not even benefiting ourselves. We're satiating our addiction for more, for something new, for something different. And it's disgusting.